When I first dedicated myself to becoming a filmmaker, I spent every minute of my life figuring out how I was going to get my first feature film made. Now I have, but the way I made this movie was not the traditional route that people think of when they make a movie. I had a crew of 5 people, and that included myself and my partner Megan. I wrote the movie around locations, actors, friends, everything I knew I had available. We made this movie for such a small amount of money because of that. And we filmed for 10 days for principal photography. And that's actually like a really small amount of time if you're trying to make a movie. And we were able to get a whole feature film shot in that amount of time. Now, it was a big challenge to get a feature film produced in the can, but a bigger challenge ended up being the post-production. Getting a movie finished is something that a lot of people don't really think about when they're like, I got to get this thing shot. They're like, I'll figure it out later. And I had everything for post-production in place. However, I had asked for a ton of favors, and just the absolute size and magnitude of a feature film means that it's just anyone who works on it, anyone who puts their hands on it, it's just going to take a massive amount of time from them. I think that's why it's so important for filmmakers to produce shorts. If you're a director, be the writer, director, editor. Learn how to do all of the pre-production, the production, and then the post-production aspects of making a movie. It will allow you to take control of your film whenever things don't go well. You'll also be able to know how to tastefully and creatively work with the incredible artists that will help you finish your movie. So for one, I edited my feature film. I would think that was such an important thing. For 2, I was the sound designer. And then I did all the VFX as well. So that allowed me to get the movie done faster than I think it would have if I had to ask other people to do those things and then just didn't have the budget available to compensate them. So the years learning these things and these skill sets on my own when I was making short films, music videos, commercials, it allowed me to then make a feature film and do almost all of the post-production work myself. So one of the coolest things about editing my feature film was it has resulted in me taking on editing jobs as a feature film editor, something I'm currently doing right now, cutting a feature for a director that is also a Screenbox filmmaker like myself. I know I've talked about this in other videos, but my movie Bloodsuckers and the Grimoire was able to come out as a Screenbox exclusive through our distributor Cineverse. They are the distributors for the Terrifier franchise with Art the Clown, which is a really incredible franchise, and it's done incredible numbers, and we were happy to be part of that same platform and universe, and we really think our audience is there. So that being said, I thought we were going to get there in a completely different way. When I was coming up as a filmmaker, the way that people got distribution deals was getting into incredible film festivals and then getting these incredible distributors to look at it at a film festival. Well, since we've moved into this more digital era, you can connect with people and they can see your work almost instantaneously. And if you put together a package that they can first decide on, like a trailer, a poster, the title of your movie that is extraordinary, they're going to want to watch the actual movie. And if they like the movie, they're going to buy it, or they're going to distribute your movie. Nowadays, we should probably talk about the fact that most movies, they don't actually get any upfront money when they have a distribution deal. Some movies do, but those movies, even when they get those upfront money, it's called a minimum guarantee. That money is generally not even a quarter of the budget that they spent on the actual movie to make it. So these like minimum guarantees are not making filmmakers whole, and it's a great reason to start considering how you're going to brand yourself, how you're going to brand your movie, how you're going to get the marketing done for your movie so that people see your movie after you ultimately get it out into the world. And it's something you should be thinking about from the day you start writing your script. The more thought you put into this, the more likely you are to get people to see your movie, the more likely you know what it is that your movie is and who the audience is for that movie. These distributors, while they may be able to put your film in a position where your audience can see it, they're likely not going to drive a ton of traffic to your movie unless they're spending a lot of money marketing it. And again, that's like as an independent filmmaker, that's a very unlikely thing unless your movie has a ton of stars in it. Maybe it did some sort of like big numbers at a film festival. But even still, like I have several people I know that made movies for much more money than we made our movie for, millions versus thousands, and they ended up with the same distribution deal we did. So I think the biggest thing is that I learned is that on this journey, I wish I would have enjoyed parts of the process more, because a lot of what I went through was super painful as a filmmaker. The delays on post-production, the difficulties in trying to get other screenplays made before this one, just always trying to figure it out. And now I have this like strong conviction, obviously, that I can make a feature film. But before I actually made the feature film, it was just this deep belief I had in myself that was unproven, untested. And the entire time I was making this feature, any setback was an affront on my character, on my identity. And that's like it's a very challenging thing to try to be wrestling with when you're trying to be creative, when you're trying to be productive, and you're trying to get something finished that other people they've put their hard work into, and they're relying on you to make sure that this thing is good and that it gets out into the world and that their work can be seen. Now, again, we were able to get a great distributor, and because of that, Megan and I were able to start a production company, and we were able to start a company that does press for other filmmakers, because we were able to get Variety, Deadline, and several other big publications to write up about our movie. So we were in the trades as a no-budget film with no stars. And this is something that's pretty remarkable if you have ever tried to position yourself like this as a filmmaker. So I think my biggest takeaway is that I can't wait to make another movie and apply everything that I learned from this movie. It's the same philosophy that I've taken with every project I've worked on. Is I'm excited that this project exists, and I'm excited that it's taught me how to become a better filmmaker, and I can't wait to make the next movie. And I'm gonna keep sharing stuff on here on YouTube so that my journey is a little more transparent, and I'm gonna talk a lot more about the struggles and other things that I go through as a filmmaker. Also, the transition from moving from the Midwest to Los Angeles and trying to make it work as a filmmaker. So please like, subscribe, comment on this video, share it with your friends. Anything you can do to help the channel and me continue to do this as a filmmaker. So thanks again. Peace.